If you go back to the earliest humans in the state of Indiana, civilization has followed those rivers. And whatever those rivers were able to provide determined what life along those rivers were going to be. But the same is true again of modern day Indiana. Indianapolis was established at the confluence of the Fall Creek and the White River because the rivers in those days were the corridors of commerce, the corridors of development, the corridors of life. My life and all of us in central Indiana, I mean, we are products of the White River. Indianapolis was established on the White River on purpose. I mean, that was the intent.
We always watched this house to see if it would ever come up on the market because we really wanted to be right on the water. When, I'm driving home from work, I've had a hectic day, you've got that city chaos around you. As soon as you turn, it's just an immediate, like a lift. It's a relaxation, I'm home.
We knew our long-term goal was if we're staying in Indianapolis, we want to live on the White River. I live, work, and play on this river.
As a kid, my parents always took us canoeing, and then it kind of just melded into my profession. It's something that I enjoy because I love being on the water, always have.
It's sort of a time of zen for us, both before work and after work.
As an environmental educator, I spend a lot of time doing watershed education, pollution prevention education. Home is Muncie, so, and the White River is a big part of my stay here. I've always enjoyed the river, and it is our Rocky Mountains, as I've said.
We don't have any mountains, we don't have any ocean, but we have a lot of streams and rivers. And so they're just extremely important for all the nature we have, essentially.
I've lived in a lot of different cities that have rivers, and this is the only city I've ever lived in that pays no attention to the river. A lot of people always kind of turn their nose up when, and ask us, like, y'all guys swim in that? We swim in it, we play in it, he swims and plays in it. I don't know, it's wild, because it's such a cool river.
I really feel like Indianapolis as a city throughout time has de-emphasized the river, and it really needs, I think, people just to know what it is, know that it's here, and be able to appreciate it just for really what it is.
Early on in our community, we treated the White River as our backyard. We're going to dump things there, store things there, we're going to neglect it.
You'll be amazed what floats down the river.
But I think that's just all part of whatever is downstream. You are affected by what's upstream, and whether it's chemicals and the algae that's growing, or it's treasures that land in your backyard. It's just, I think that maybe that's one of the things going into the future that really wish that everyone would take care of it more.
The White River is providing such a necessity to us every day, because a lot of our drinking water in this area comes from surface water, which would be the White River, the reservoir, those types of places. When you try to connect the river to drinking water, you get a lot of surprised faces. Once they've made that connection, then it's an easier message to help them understand what we need to do to protect it.
A lot of people don't realize what they're doing may affect it, but you could be a mile or 2 miles off that river, but you're still in that watershed, and understanding What you do in that watershed ultimately goes to a river or a lake somewhere, and that's a hard thing for some people to realize sometimes, because they don't see the river every day. They
it's
just
so
like, well, it's my
indirect.
yard. I can just
Yeah.
put what I need to out there, but they don't realize that everything drains into the same watershed and all goes somewhere. One small action causes a greater issue that can't be fixed overnight. So it takes a lot of time and a lot of work from a lot of different people and the overall community to make it better.
It having had sort of a little bit of a bad reputation from the 60s and 70s, that's still in the ethos of its history. It's still in the backs of people's minds. And so I hope that that changes. It's not that way anymore. And it, on a trajectory of improvement, it is improving steadily. The White River has so much potential.
Now we're trying to say, okay, no, the White River is our front yard. It's our most precious natural resource. We want this to have a great first impression on people who are coming to our community, who see it, who come here to recreate and enjoy it. And we need to treat it like it's the jewel that it is.
I feel like the identity needs to change from it being this sort of the place we've turned our back on and we built all of our buildings to face away from it, to this idea that we should really embrace it and showcase it.
You know, I mean, it's simple, and I know it's not very sexy, but the bottom line is engagement, education, and involvement. You know, and people coming together can make a change.
Sometimes I think it's easy for people to feel apathetic or that they can't have an impact when clearly they can have a tangible impact on outcomes and how their community is and how they move forward. Don't sit and complain about an issue, actually do something about it. Once you get connected to it and start to get past the idea that it's always dirty and that it's not improving, I've seen people come down here and canoe or kayak for the first time and say, I had no idea you could do this.
It's fun to go and play. Taking Wyatt out in the water, having a son now, is I want him to have those same memories that we had of getting out, playing in the water, splashing.
Just enjoying being a kid.
Yeah.
I live here. This is my home. I want to stay here a long time and enjoy it.
If you don't just stop and smell the roses, then it's kind of like, what's the point of it all? And to me, the roses is your neighborhood. It is your community. It is the river, if that's what's there in your community. And it's important to take pride in those things, because we all should be wanting to leave it better than we found it.
You know, Indy's a unique city where it doesn't feel so concrete and cold. We've got a lot of wildlife around us.
It's my home. I'm passionate about my community because I care about the people that live here. I care about the environment that I live in. That's really what it boils down to, relationships. Relationships with the earth and with people.
Water is life. Without water, you can't have life. Seeing it there and the importance of it is, kind of vital to just future generations.
It's our water, it's our river, and how we contribute and utilize it and enjoy it is up to us.
Most neighborhoods and communities have started around water, and so it's completely interwoven with our culture and life.
The White River is still essential because that water is still essential to life, and how we use that water is going to determine the quality of life and the quality of our environment for generations to come.
we wouldn't have the same city experience without this river. So to me, it's completely intertwined.